So in the mutable signs, which are transforming, 6th and 12th, and understanding, the 3rd and the 9th, when you're trying to understand and transform Venus, you always say, I have this, how does it change? How does it move? There's a philosophy, there's multiple choices around the values. This is not the best case scenario. Value usually is Venus was Taurus and Libra, sharing in a relationship and having and the material practical things. So, but just adjusting and trying to value understanding or learning or seeing different ways around it, or how to solve this problem or that problem of wanting or not wanting, being isolated, how do you fix it? These are puzzling houses for Venus. But someone with Venus in the 3rd house, they might want to express themselves poetically. You know, that's the house of personal expression and relation, but it's Caden. I'm trying to express myself. I want things nicer, and I might just be F this, F that. You know, like it's their values and their understanding is as it shifts, different values come up. I understand this, I don't understand this, I'm vain about this, I'm lustful about that. All of these multifaceted things will come out in this house with trying to express itself, trying to understand it. So there's a lot to be learned with Venus in the 3rd. And it's learned by what you project and what you choose to project, what books you choose to read, what TV shows, what movies you choose. I want to know these things. I like these things. And this is why, because I understand this. So these people might try to explain why they like what they do. They might try to explain it more than the other, rather than just getting it or doing it. In the 12th house, there's a sense of whether you fit in or don't fit in. I'm like it, I'm not like it. I'm thinking, do they like me or don't they like me? You get in an elevator and there's 2 other people. Do you say hello or not, or just try to ignore it and get up to the floor you're in and go out? A bus, anywhere. How's your self-worth? Like usually, if your self-worth is challenged and you don't fit in, you don't have the friends, you're not fitting into your friends, you don't have the job you like, and it's brooding in this 12th house, what's fair? Sometimes with the Venus in the 12th house, it's directed to a social cause or helping people girls who never get education, helping a 3rd world country, doing something of social conscience and really sacrificing to help a good cause. It makes this come out much more dedicated, and the transforming of Venus to more spiritual dedication is a very special thing. But more often than not, it's like, I'm not happy, I'm in a bad situation. How do I get out of a bad situation that I don't like? How do I get out of this neighborhood where I'm fitting in? Well, how come nobody likes me? But it's an isolating position for the Venus. It tends to imply I'm not going to get what I want and I have to transform it or refine it. So if I can't get what I want, you don't want to, some people would transform it with a drink or with sugar or with something indulgent, but sometimes people would start to build up their spiritual side and get detachment and start not letting go of the things that they wanted and try to understand it in a deeper way. So spiritually, that can be useful. But Venus in the 12th house usually implies I'm not really getting what I want. It's difficult to choose the partners and the relationships around me. And I'm having to deal with less than what's satisfactory. And that's a prod for your own spiritual growth and transformation. When it's in the 9th house, the Venus is about one's principles, one's morals, one's ethics. And I'm trying to understand my ethics. I wanted this, I belong here, I'm part of this team. And you're trying to learn what's right and wrong, what's beautiful, what's not beautiful, what's rich, what's not rich, who is and who's not. So by using the words, we're using words to express the Venus, the emotions, the magnetism, attraction. Someone will want to be taking a lot of trips or long travels and want to see different things. We'll have an openness to philosophy, to understanding, but and we'll understand the things, why they want the things they want, or why they don't like the things they like. So you could say these ones in the Caden house will try to transform or explain what they like or don't like more than the other ones who just like it or don't like it or are pushing for it, not pushing for it. When Venus is in the 6th house of health, and so it's duty, it's health, it's adjusting to reactions from other people, it's how you take in impressions. There's always going to need the need to learn how to transform. If someone puts you down, you're playing music, that's no good. You have to learn how to make it better. But first you're going to take it personally, and how do you learn from your mistakes or learn and try to adjust to their performance? So a lot of times there'll be a need to have a dedication towards an artistic work or something where you're trying to make things a little more beautiful or a little more comfortable or appreciate people by helping people who need. or developing artistic skills to help other people, or using your resources to help. This is an area of self-improvement and duty to help others. But it's having the skills. I want to have some skills that would be healing skills that can help people. That's the Mercadian sixth house Venus. So once we get through, though, now you see, well, right now you just need to do this. When we get to the advanced levels, we'll start seeing how you can have a mutable Venus in the signs and have a fixed Venus in the houses. And there's 144 different combinations of how Venus in the signs and the houses can interact, and more if you take each different category. Okay, how are we doing for time? Time is, okay, good, we're right on that. So Venus, when we're talking about it, it just seems light and glib. It's hard to get just, but in a spiritual way, if you're in a relationship, are you satisfied? Did you choose the right partner? Are you climaxing? Are you satisfied or not? If you're not, what are you trading off for? What else will you want? If there's kids, you hold in deeper. If there's not kids, it's sometimes hard to get through those periods. And it's going to fluctuate. These periods are going to be there. Venus is always storms. It's storms of what I want and what I hate, what I love and what I hate, what I want and what I don't want, what I'm attracted to, what I'm repulsed by. And they fade out. So you can be with someone, if you're with someone for 10 years, there's going to be periods of time where, for extended number of months, you're not going to want to touch each other. I don't want this. One person may want it, another person may not, but Venus just works like that. You can't fake that. The identity houses, the houses of fire, the self houses, the first house, fifth house, and the ninth house. These are all houses that build up your sense of self-identity. First house is just your own personal being, your body, your identity, your image, who you think you are. Fifth house is your performance, how you play with other people and what you want to do to make things more fun. And the ninth house is how you understand what's right and wrong for people. Your principles, your morality is a funny word. I have it here. I like it because it's judging other people, but philosophy is the traditional word for it. I thought that was too abstract. Ethics might be another one that goes in here. Morality, the results of morality is in the 10th house, whether you live up to what's right or wrong. It's the consciousness. But if you have Venus in the 9th house, you have your morals, your principles. I'm a good Christian, I'm going to church, or I'm not, or I believe there should be abortion or not. I have my beliefs or values of things. And I'll align with people who have similar beliefs or not. So we have three the identity, the performance, and the understanding that I have and who's aligned with, who I'm aligned with. These are the three areas of self. They're the fire houses. So if Venus is there, there's a need to shine. So if Venus is in the first, I want to shine. I want to smile. I want you to know how beautiful I am or how valuable I am. It's going to be there. Negatively, how seductive I can be or whatever. When I want something, I'm going to project and seduce you. It's my projection. The play in the fifth house, it's in feeling. It's below the horizon. It's setting. It's having feelings. So how do I express my feelings? I have feelings. I feel great. Hey, honey, I'm so glad you're home. Let's go to bed. Or let's play. Or let's go to a movie. Let's embellish. You're home, let's do something, let's make it better. The person comes home dead, tired, and they've worked, they're burned out, they just want to fall asleep. And you're sitting there, oh, come on, let's play. That's the fifth house. But sometimes it's the ability to pull someone out of a bad mood and get them into your world and hug them or build it more, how to be more romantic, to pull them, to respond to them, to make their bad moods better. So there is the sensations, the setting energy coming in, affecting you. Well, let's do something to get out of this rut. Or let's do something to do that. So it goes from come to bed, dear. No, I'm tired. Or just song to sleep, and then you're having to decide what you like. But it really is having skills to play, to change the feelings, to make things fun, to make things happier. So that's nice. Someone can come home and they know a partner is going to be there. That's going to be happy to see them and make them happy. They're going to be glad to be coming home from work. this is just traditional examples, you know, and just coming out with the work in any, like, male, female, gay, it doesn't matter. Your chart is your chart. It's the magnet, it's the pattern that you're going to function with. We're looking at the individual soul and its attractions into life. The feminine, you can add femininity to it, you could add masculinity to it, you could add whatever to it. Those are secondary concerns, but strength, intelligence, good values are not male or female or gay things. They're just individual things that can play out in any of these areas. So if you have an intelligent kid, it doesn't matter if it's a girl, boy, or girl, you want them to develop their intelligence. If you have a kid that has special talents, you're going to try and encourage them to have skills that reinforce their talents where they like themselves, where they can perform with it. So it's very romantic to have in the fifth house, your performance is emotional. I know how to make it nice. I know how to get satisfied. Let's play. Hi, honey. Music's on, the mood's on, it's feeling pretty. Let's dance. So that feeling is taking it in and playing with it. The ninth house is more seeing where we are and liking where we are and having a sense of my values out in the world. What's right, what's wrong. It's the kind of the principles you like you're in the world. Like if you're in a rich place, in a rich area, and you have just nice special schools and everything's very privileged, that's very different than what would be valid in the hood or in a ghetto where there's all kinds of different, but there's a certain understanding of principle of what's going on, and this is your take on it. And if you have Venus there, you're going to want to have, you're going to see it beautiful or ugly. You know, you're going to want to make it, this is why I want to have the things. You're trying to understand your values and who you want to align with. So a little more abstract and a bit, even Venus, all of it's a little abstract and hard to take, hard to get exactly around, but you get close to it, feeling it. It's always intense. It's always passionately on or off. It's not rarely will Venus be indifferent somewhere where it's indifferent. If it's cold, if it's blocked, then it's going to suppress until it bursts out somewhere. It's always going to be really good or really bad, liking or disliking. It's always going to be like that. And you're going to have storms wherever Venus is, not just love and beauty. So when Venus is in the houses of concerns, which is material concerns, we're concerned about three areas. The resources that we have and the balance we have, how good are the things we have, how much money do I have, the skills that I have, the sixth house, the duty, the skills, how can I improve things, my values about improving or being skillful or useful, and the 10th house of the job that I have. If I have nice things or I need a certain amount of money and I have certain skills that I'm good at, boy, what an accomplishment to get work at something that I like doing. But if I'm working at something, but it's not what I want to be doing, whoa, there's a discontent and a negative Venus. I did it just for the money. That's not what I want to do. You know, like how many waitresses or taxi drivers are highly educated people, but they can't get a job, so they're doing this. Here's your food. It's not, I'm not really a waiter, but I'm doing it for now. You know, or say like, but the wanting of career or status, that's a material concern. 10th house Venus, that's a good thing. You're not going to want to be, you want to be appreciated, and 10th house appreciation is pay. But also it may be that you want to be appreciated by your dad. You know? But the Venus going into houses of having what you have, I want to have things, I want to have good things, I want to use the things I have. I want to be able to transform things beautifully and make things a little bit more artistic or beautiful or helpful. And I want to have a career that's nice. I want to like it. I want to enjoy it. These are and when it's negative, it'll be the negative extreme in those areas.